Welcome to the ramp. Oh, come on into it. Let the praise begin. The ramp. Oh, come on into it. Let the praise begin. The ramp.
My story does not end here. Did you hear what I said? My story. I need you to shake 3 people by the hand and tell them your story does not end here. The mere fact that you are still living, the mere fact that you're still breathing, your story. If you want to make me mad, because I went to the movies recently, and I went to see a movie. I won't say the title of it because I don't want you to go see it. Have you ever went to a movie with some church people and then certain scenes came up and you was like, awkward. I didn't know it was going to be like this. And then you looking at everybody on the road, I didn't know it was going to be like this. But what made me angry about the movie, Sister Hilda, is when I got to the end of the movie, it wasn't finished. So they left it up to me. And so one of my friends said, see what they doing, it's like, it's the artistic, it's like, now you are left to consider what it could have been. I said, blah, 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 blah. I just paid about $13 in here to come to the movies and bought some popcorn and got something to drink. And I'm thinking the drink gonna be at least $1.50. But oh my goodness, it was a demon. I told her, she said, it's only. I said, only? What, you said only as though you was getting ready to tell me $1. But you said $3. That's not an only, honey. I said, I said, how much if you just give me a cup? Just give me a cup. And let me, come on, be real. Be real. I paid all that money to go see a movie just to get to the end, not to get a finish. And I want you to know God is not like that. He is not leaving you in suspense without a finish coming behind it. He says, faithful is he that hath called you, and he will also do it. He that hath begun a good work in you, he will accomplish. Okay, I'm going to finish the next Sunday. But trust God with your story. We're all in the middle of a story. Some things are happening that, we didn't sign up for, and we didn't think it was going to happen. We didn't know it was going to happen. We got sideswiped. We got we just got taken back. But you can have peace in knowing that He's writing your story. There's a story about, and it's a true story about a man who he had his boat and he was doing a trip across the water, and a storm came and. He ended up shipwrecked on a deserted island. And he got on the island, and he got all the stuff from the wreckage, the stuff that was important. And each day he had rode on the beach and hoping somebody would see him, just anything. Seeing nobody coming, nobody even coming near him. So he feels abandoned. He feels lost. And so all he can do is trust God. Some of us have no other choice but to what? Trust God. It almost seems like the end of his story. And he got all of his stuff, all the stuff that he could find that was important, and he puts it under a little tent, makes a little makeshift tent, and put it on the side of the beach. He gets hungry and he says, I need to go, let me get on here, find something else. He stuffs out the fire that morning and stumps it all out to make sure it's out. He walks to go into the island to see can he find something to eat. What he didn't realize that there was some embers and stuff left from the fire. And so while he was on the beach, he was about middle way in the island, he looked toward the beach and he saw smoke going up. All the stuff that he called precious and valuable to him was up in flames. And so he goes to run to the beach and falls on his knees and he's crying. He's like, God, I've been praying. And instead of it getting better, it got worse. At least I got this. At least I had some stuff. At least I had something. We like to hold on to stuff for comfort. It ain't what I want. It's not what I need, but it's stuff. And he's crying and he's like, God, where are you? I have nobody else, and all I had was this stuff, and now it's on fire. He's on the beach. He's crying out to God. He's on his face. And some hours later, all of a sudden he sees a boat coming. And he looks up, and he starts to wave. He starts to scream. He says, oh my goodness. He says, how did you know I was here? He says, I got your smoke signal. I saw the signal you sent me. He said, I was going another direction, and all of a sudden I saw the smoke signal you sent. Don't you realize that sometimes when it looks like everything in your life is burning up and being consumed, it's just a signal? Sometimes you got to lose what you have so you can get what God has for you. Sometimes you got to lose what you want so he can give you what you really need. Tell your neighbor, trust God with your story. I'm not preaching something that it sounds philosophical. It is theologically sound. We have to trust God. But I'm more effective in preaching where I am. And I'm trusting God with my story. Because peace comes from trusting God. But when you're always trying to figure out things and do things your own way, you end up making bad decisions. Under pressure, you end up making bad decisions. Out of fear, you end up making bad decisions. But when you got a peace, because you know what? I'm going to trust you.
Welcome to the
If you've been blessed by today's message and would like to purchase this or any other messages in our media library, you can contact us at 434-326-5711 or visit us at our website at www.therampchurch.com.
the